Hey, what's up guys? Spencer Rhodes here. So this is my review of Fear the Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 1. I believe that this episode sort of had a mixed reaction. Some people weren't particularly thrilled with it. They weren't blown away. I don't think there's a lot of hate. Just I don't know that there's a lot of love either. There's still a lot of fans out there that are burned over the back half of Season 4, the weakly written Martha villain, the deaths of Madison and Nick, Morgan not going to Alexandria, Daniel Salazar not being in Season 4, although that mistake was rectified in this episode, and he's back, but there's still a lot of people that weren't totally, they were really unhappy with season 4, and with the Season 5 premiere. I think everyone just they wanted it to be perfect, and if it wasn't perfect, they weren't going to like it, because I think a lot of people just don't want to like the show anymore. They want to watch it, but they don't want to like it, which doesn't make too much sense. But it was a pretty good episode. I actually really enjoyed it. I don't know why a lot of people had such a meh reaction to it. I thought it was good. I don't think it's any better or worse than, say, the first episode of Season 8 of The Walking Dead. That didn't have a lot of exciting stuff, but it had some good character moments, and I feel similarly to this episode. I think it had a lot of good moments. I liked how they introduced the 3 kids. I already like the 3 kids. I already care about what happens to the 3 kids, and I think they're all the actors are doing a good job. And guys, remember, for those of you that don't like Charlie, there's new kids. You know what that means, right? They can kill her because there's new kids. Just saying, But yeah, I thought this was a pretty decent episode. Nothing huge happened. They didn't kill anyone off, but I don't really want them to kill anyone off. I'm hoping that they don't kill any main characters off until maybe the back half of Season 5, because I think there's still a lot of character development that needs to be given to the likes of John, Dory, Luciana. Luciana's been around for a long time, but she hasn't been developed that much. I think her crutch was Nick, and then once they killed Nick off, she was just kind of hanging around. So they need to sort of develop her, and I think they tried to develop her by having her get injured and having that scare. One thing I will say is the whole thing about Luciana getting impaled with the pole is that there's so many leaked pictures. Well, not leaked, but there's so many released pictures by AMC officially, previews, pictures, and it showed Luciano with like a shoulder cast thing like weeks ago. So I'm pretty sure everyone knew she was going to survive that. So I don't know. They made it pretty obvious that Luciana was going to survive that shoulder injury, so it just kind of completely failed as a scary moment. It would have been nice if they had they didn't show her in any previews after her injury, because then we'd be like, oh, well, she might die in the first episode. That'd be different, But she didn't. She survived, and basically these characters. I think the 10 of them from the end of Season 4, they're still continuing their mission to try to help people, and they have this denim place that's where they live in, and they got tricked by a guy named Logan. They got locked out of their own place, and a lot of their stuff got taken. And this Logan character seems to be the main villain, at least in the first half. They could easily kill him off in the first half. I mean, Fear the Walking Dead Season 4, in the first half there was the vultures, they got killed quickly. The second half there was Martha, she got killed. So Logan could very well be just like an 8-episode, 6-episode, 7-episode villain. And so far he's not too much of a villain. He's not too much of an evil bastard or anything. He basically just locked the characters out of their own place and took a lot of their stuff, but he didn't kill them. He wanted to avoid violence. He didn't want to hurt them. So that's interesting. I think he has potential to be an interesting character. And he might not be a villain. He could just be like an obstacle or, a plot device. He could end up being one of the good guys like Gavin, but this time Gavin actually turns good. Something like that, something to that effect. Or he could be the villain. I don't know. But he had a friendship with Clayton / Polar Bear, and that was the guy that was driving trucks. He was the guy that started the whole thing with having the boxes full of items and leaving them around and writing take what you need, leave what you don't, trying to help random people, trying to help everyone. And I think Logan was friends with him, and he might have, I'm not sure, but I think he was helping him do this at the start. He was helping him with the boxes, but I don't know, I guess they separated or something, because Clayton died by himself. So last season, so I don't know what happened between Logan and Polar Bear or Clayton, whatever you want to call him. But Logan used to be his friend, and he respected him, and so that's interesting. I mean, Logan doesn't seem like the next Negan or anything, but I think he could be an interesting semi-villain, protagonist, antagonist, gray type of character. I think he has potential. I think the actor did a good job with the scenes he had in the first episode. And we get the three children who, they don't trust anyone. They just want to be left alone. I thought they were interesting characters, all three of them. I think the actors did a good job, and I hope that I'm sure they'll come back, but I hope that they have a big part in this season. And I hope they all survive and make it to season 6, if we even get a season 6. There's a lot of people that don't think we do. I hope we get at least a season 6. I mean, give John Dory his 3rd year. Come on. But yeah, there's some scenes between John and June, and John was telling June that he thinks they have all the luck in the world because of, I guess, their romance, I guess. And I don't know if they're foreshadowing that June dies, or if they're tricking us into thinking that June dies. Because John and June just seem really happy right now, and I know John's not going to die. That would just be the dumbest fucking thing in like TV history, to kill John Dory off in season 5. June, yeah, they could do it. She's not on John's level as far as just being an awesome character. A lot of people love John, including myself. I think June's cool. I think she's a good character. They could kill her off and get away with it, It is Fear the Walking Dead. There's usually a sad death every season. So I don't know if they're foreshadowing that she dies by having John and June be so happy and in love and in a romance, because that tends to get you killed, being happy in a romance. In the Walking Dead franchise, that tends to get you killed. Or is it a red herring? Do they want us to think, oh, the June and John are so happy and in love, that means June's gonna die, but then they kill off Charlie or Wendell. And Sarah, Wendell, and Charlie, they could easily die this season, easily. But the problem is, I don't think they would even be sad deaths. I have a feeling we might get one sad death in season 5. And if we go all of season 5 without a sad death, that's cool. I mean, they killed off Madison and Nick just last year. If they want to keep everyone alive to season 6, that's cool with me. Maybe kill off Sarah, Charlie, Wendell, since they really wouldn't be sad deaths, at least in my opinion. But there could very well be a sad death, and I can't shake off this feeling that we might be losing Strand this year. I don't want to. I love him. He's a suave, wine-drinking con man, and I love Coleman Domingo and his performance. I mean, he can just talk. Strand can talk his way out of anything, and I always love his lines. But it is his 5th year. I mean, I don't know. I can't shake off this feeling that maybe he's going to get some sort of sacrificial type death. And Althea runs into this walker that's like a guy that's in a riot gear or some sort of like police costume thing, and it's supposed to be from the helicopter people that captured Rick. Now, keep in mind, the events of this episode are before the events of Season 9, Episode 5, where Rick gets taken by the helicopter people. So this is before then, timeline-wise. So it's possible that we're going to learn some more about these helicopter people. At the end of the episode, Alicia gets knocked out by someone or tasered. I'm not sure. So we might find some new information about them. But that character that knocks her out, it could be Dwight. It could be, there's this new character named Grace that's announced for this season, and she's going to be in it soon, I believe. It could be Troy Otto. Who knows? But yeah, I think we're going to learn some more information about the helicopter people. Everyone's been talking about this for months, how events in the season are going to connect to Rick and the helicopter people. And it appears that is indeed what is going to be happening. And one more thing, technically we get Daniel Salazar back, not in physical form, but it turns out that Althea had interviewed Daniel Salazar at some point, I guess, before Season 4, or before the events of Season 4. But like, I'm wondering, was there a tape that had Daniel's name on it? Like back in Season 4, if we go back, was there a tape that had the name Daniel on it? Was the tape just hidden? That would have been really cool. It would have been really cool if they had put, Daniel on a tape back in Season 4, along with like the Abraham and Eugene tape. But at the same time, it's like, okay, well, if Morgan and Alicia see the name Daniel, they never saw Daniel die. I mean, they might think he's dead, but I'm sure they never saw him die. He's not dead, so obviously they never saw him die. So they could be like, oh, Daniel, huh? I mean, that's a normal name, but what if it's the Daniel, like Daniel Salazar Daniel? We should check the tape out. So maybe that's why they didn't show a tape with Daniel's name on it. Plus, I guess that would have given away that Althea interviewed him. So I don't know. I guess it's okay. But yeah, Strand is watching one of Althea's tapes and one of her interviews, and it's Daniel Salazar. And he doesn't say too much. I think he just says his name. She says, who are you? And he goes, Daniel Salazar, something like that. So we don't get too much, but I'll take any Daniel Salazar I can get. I'll take any dose, So that was cool. It's cool that in some way we get him back in the first episode. I don't want them to take too long introducing Dwight and Daniel. I think we're gonna get them at some point in like episode 2 or 3, at least one of them. Personally, I'm more impatient about getting Daniel back. But I'm also really excited for Dwight. So overall, I thought this was a good episode. It was a good premiere. It's not the premiere of Season 7 where Negan kills Glenn and Abraham. It's not the premiere of Season 5 where Rick and everyone blow up Terminus and get out and violently kill 100 people. It's not that type of premiere. It's just a premiere that kind of sets up the rest of the season and sets up story arcs and character arcs and what's going to be happening. And I thought it did its job very well. I thought it was a good episode. I thought it was a good premiere. So I personally thought it was a good first episode, and I can't wait for the rest of Season 5. I hope it's really good. Anyway, that's all I have for this review, so let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't be shy. Hit that like and subscribe. I'm not going anywhere. I make 1 to 2 Walking Dead videos per day, so please hit that subscribe button. Right now we are at 543 subscribers. My goal is to try to get to 600 in the next few months. So just remember, every subscriber counts, every bit of support matters, and is very, very appreciated. Hopefully we can get to that goal of 600. Anyway, with all that said, I am Spencer Rhodes, and I will see you guys later. Bye!